Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And, well, sometimes, as you can see, Phantom Ganon does give me trouble. And other times he'll go down really easily for me. Go back here, activate the battle, stand on a Triforce. And there's the first hit already. This might be him. Or it doesn't have to be. And we're on to the second phase. I knew that wasn't going to go well. Ooh. So yeah, and then, like right there, Phantom Ganon went down really easy for me. Hey kid, you did quite well. It looks like you may be gaining some slight skill. But you have defeated only my Phantom. When you fight the real me, it won't be so easy. What a worthless creation that ghost was. I will banish it to the gap between dimensions. And that's all there is to that. And we're not picking up the heart container, so we can just walk right through. And this teleportation sequence is going to be slightly different from when we were a kid. Because now we get in a little crystal thing, and then it teleports us to the Chamber of Sages, where we finally get to meet the Forest Sage face to face. And it's Saria.
Thank you. Because of you, I could awaken as a sage. I am Saria, the sage of the Forest Temple. I always believed that you would come, because I know you. No. You don't have to explain it to me, because it is destiny that you and I can't live in the same world. We kind of are living in the same... Well, never mind. I will stay here as the Forest Sage and help you. Now, please take this medallion.
And, well, that gets us the Forest Medallion. Saria will always be your friend. Hooray! And then we get teleported back to here, where it looks like something strange is happening, where the Deku tree is, or was. I always found that kind of over the top and silly.
Hi there, I'm the Deku Tree Sprout. Because you and Saria broke the curse on the Forest Temple, I can grow and flourish. Thanks a lot. Hey, have you seen your old friends? None of them recognized you with your grown-up body, did they? That's because the Kokari never grow up. Even after 7 years, they're still kids. Well, isn't that nice? You must be wondering why only you have grown up. Well, as you might have already guessed, you are not a Kokiri. You are actually a Hylian. I am happy to finally reveal this secret to you. How would you know that? Seriously, you literally just sprouted up out of the ground. How did it... Never mind. Some time ago, before the king of Hyrule unified this country, there was a fierce war in our world. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, a Hylian mother and her baby boy entered this forbidden forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. The Deku Tree could sense that this was a child of destiny, whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised as a Kokiri, and now finally the day of destiny has come. You are a Hylian, and were always bound to leave this forest, and now you have learned your own destiny, so you know what you must do. That's right, you must save the land of Hyrule. Oh, great, because I didn't already know that. Let's just go. So we'll come back out. And you'll also notice that the monsters that were ravaging the town earlier, well, they're all gone, and this place has kind of returned to normal. I'm going to buy something. 10 arrows for 20 rupees, 30 arrows for 60. Might as well just spend money. There's really no reason not to. Yeah, the game also won't let you buy arrows unless you have the arrow or the bow. And I believe you can now buy them as a kid, but you cannot use the bow as a kid. You can't use the hookshot as a kid either. But what am I talking about with all of this being a kid again nonsense? We haven't revealed that yet. Well, we might as well go reveal that. After the Forest Temple, there is some stuff you could do for side questing, mainly going around to places that you've planted those magic beans at as a kid, and maybe getting some stuff that way, but otherwise there's not too much to do between dungeons yet. Those guys can be a pain to deal with, so I recommend just ignoring them for the most part. Alright, so now after you beat the Forest Temple, if you go back to the Temple of Time and back into here, Sheik will be here. You destroyed the wicked creatures that haunted the temple and awakened the sage, but there are still other sages who need your help. In order to awaken all the other sages, you must become even more powerful. You must travel over mountains, underwater, and even through time. If you want to return to your original time, return the Master Sword to the pedestal of time. By doing this, you will travel back in time 7 years. The time will come when you will have to return here quickly. I will teach this to you for when that time comes. The song that returns you to the Temple of Time, the Prelude of Light. I enjoy this tune as well. Yeah, playing this thing with the GameCube controller's C-stick. Alright, and now we can warp back to the Temple of Time. As long as you hold the Ocarina of Time and the Master Sword, you hold time itself in your hands. Link, we shall meet again. Now there are a couple things we can do. We can go back and be a child and do a couple other things. Yeah, maybe we'll do that before going. I mean, it's not like any of the stuff we get as an adult we're going to be able to use as a child. So, yeah, let's go back in time. And we can see what all has changed. Well, it's gone back to 7 years ago. I believe now the Bomb Chew. This is the bowling alley, though, isn't it? Yeah, that's the Bomb Chew bowling alley. I don't want that. I do want to pick up Bomb Chews because I believe we do need those as kind of a required item. It's so rare that I actually come back this way. I feel like one of these should be a shop for Bomb Chews. Maybe the shop is only open at night. What's up here? Oh, money. Now we can talk to that guy. But we don't want to talk to that guy. So what we do want to do as a kid, and you can do this anytime. Excuse me. You can do this anytime after the Forest Temple, and you're going to want to do this section before you get to the Shadow Temple. I prefer to do it, well, pretty much as soon as I can. Though that's not always true. I mean, I guess if you have certain parts of this game memorized really well, this might not be a required thing to do, but for the purposes of this, it's required. Remember when we first got this song and this guy mentioned that some kid 7 years ago taught it to him?
Well, now we're going to teach it to him, even though he taught it to us 7 years in the future, before we came back in time and then did this. So, yeah, time paradox. But what happens when we play the song, for some reason it storms, and the rain makes the water level go down? That doesn't make sense. That's okay, but this guy, he's saying it's going way too fast. But now we can go down the well. If you try to come down here, this whole place is blocked off. Well, if you try to come down here as an adult, the whole place is blocked off. So you have to come down here as a kid, and we'll get into this next time.